My sister was like, this woman said she is your daughter. The woman stood there with papers in her hand, and she said, these are DNA tests. My sister's husband walked up to the woman, and he took the papers from her. The paper said she was his daughter. Then the woman had a picture of a lady that my sister's husband used to talk to a long time ago. The woman said, this is my mother. My sister's husband said she never told me she was pregnant. But anyways, fast forward, a week goes by, and my sister calls me on the phone, and she's crying. I asked my sister what was wrong, and she said she let his daughter stay with them, even though she felt uncomfortable about the whole situation. So me still being confused, I asked her, well, what did his daughter do? She said she came home from work early to surprise him for his birthday, and she went upstairs and caught his daughter and him in the bed together. I said, say what now? She said her husband started to explain everything. The woman wasn't really his daughter, and those were fake DNA test results. It turns out that him and that woman been seeing each other for a while, and he just wanted her to be around more.
So did you catch that? So basically, this man brings this woman to his house, right? They forged up some papers saying that this was his daughter. So they had DNA test papers. They had all this paperwork, right? So he so-called moved the woman in his house, quote unquote, his daughter. Come to find out, one day she come home from work and she see both of them in bed. This wasn't his daughter at all. This was some woman he had been seeing for a long while. And they forged some papers, man, making it seem like that was his daughter, and actually that was his woman. And here he done moved this woman in with his wife.
Well, that's crazy, right? Why do you have to go through all that just to sleep with her? You could have moved her in a house across town. You could have met her at a hotel. Why did it have to be like literally up under your wife's face?
Right. And then why did you have to go through that extreme? You know what I'm saying? Like that's a bit extreme.
Because depending on what papers you forged, you could go to jail.
Yeah. And on top of he about to go ahead and lose everything. What's going? Hey, shout out to Miranda, man. She say hello, Sky, and shout out to Naj too.
Shout out to Naj, Miranda. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for tuning in.
Absolutely nuts, man. Absolutely nuts.
That is crazy.
That is super extreme.
So what did the wife do when she found out?
I guess I'm quite sure she probably at some point divorced the dude.
Damn, man, that's crazy.
At some point. But man, I mean, man, you asked him to get jabbed up. You hear me?
Oh,
you asked him to get jammed up to do that to someone.
Absolutely. I was just watching this movie yesterday called Divorce in the Black. I don't know if you've seen it or not.
I've heard about it. I want to watch it. Where's it at? On Netflix or regular?
I think it's on Prime. Is it on Prime? Something like that. I think it might be on Prime, on the Prime app, Amazon. But it has Megan Good in it. Yeah. So I don't know what the husband was thinking about.
Oh, that's the Tyler Perry movie, ain't it?
Yeah, that's the Tyler Perry movie. Yeah. I don't know what the husband was thinking about. I mean, because in that situation, if she would have killed you and the woman, she probably would have done a time in jail because they would have called it a crime passion or something.
Yeah.
If you didn't forge documents, you didn't lie. That's mental. It ain't worth that. You were better off just waiting for the wife to go to work and sneak her in the house and then have her out the house before the wife comes back. But to do all that, because that's sick. Because the first thing she's thinking, you sleeping with your daughter. That's the first thing. I would probably shoot you too if I thought that that's what she was doing.
Right. Man, that's nuts, man. I know I wanted to get into this because the weekend was crazy. I was just sitting at home. I was just chilling, turned on the TV, and I caught it just as it was happening. the assassination attempt on Trump. So let's talk about that, man.
Okay. Did you see the guy? I saw him on X or Twitter. They showed a picture of him. He was 22 years old. They didn't kill him, right?
He was 20 years old.
20 years old. Okay, they didn't kill him, right? They locked him up.
Hell yeah, they killed him.
Okay, they killed him. Okay, he on the picture. He looked like he was 13. Like that little boy. He looked young as hell on the picture until they said he was 20 years old. 2, they said he had a rifle, a sniper rifle, and he shot it from 500 feet. Now I'm kind of thinking
it was less than that.
It had to be, because first of all,
it was 150 to 200 feet.
Okay, well, when it first came across my feed, they said anywhere from 300 to 500 feet. I'm thinking, first of all, you have to be trained, probably coming out the military, some type of sniper school, and you got to be bigger than that to hold those type of rifles to shoot that damn far. So I knew that couldn't have been true. But if you saying maybe 150 feet, I can believe that. But within 150 feet, somebody didn't do their job, because that close, the FBI, not CIA, Secret Service, and then the local police are within 150 feet. So how did he get that close with a rifle to shoot at him?
Here's the bizarre part, because man, they've been leaking out different stories, but you go to, if you sit by long enough, the real stories will start coming out.
Right.
First of all, there was people that couldn't get into the event that was like on the fence line. That literally saw this dude crawling across the roof and pointed him out to law enforcement and Secret Service. Hey, there's a guy up there, man, with a rifle crawling on the roof, right? Second of all, a cop encountered the dude and seen the dude crawling up to the roof. So it was 26 minutes from the time that he was first noticed till he got off the first shot. Somebody let him up there. This was like some kind of inside job. Because Scott, all of the assassinations happened from where? Windows and where else?
Rooftops.
How do you not have that many buildings around in broad daylight on an aluminum white rooftop and not see this dude?
I'm just wondering about, did he do it by himself, or did
That's
he
what
have
I'm
some
saying.
help? Because at the end of the day, if I'm gonna spend the money to assassinate somebody, I'm gonna get somebody more professional than him. You can look at that boy and tell he wasn't professional, because he missed Trump the first 3 shots, right? And then he shot 3 more times. He hit 2 other people in the crowd.
Yeah.
Because when I saw the video, and it was like he shot again, like somebody else had to get hit. Because once Trump went down, he shot 3 more times, or 4 more times, 5. And then it said on the news that 2 bystanders in that crowd got hit and was injured. So whoever this was didn't know what the hell they were doing.
Well, the first shot, it hit Trump.
Well, that's what I meant. When I say missed him, I mean it didn't kill him. That's what I meant. Yeah, you right, it hit him. But it didn't do the job.
It didn't kill him, because at the exact time, he turned to point at the teleprompter, because he was talking about immigration. So he was going to show people, a graph that he had up on the teleprompter, and when he turned, it caught his ear. Had he not turned at that, and it's crazy, first of all, they got the bullet on video and camera whizzing by him, right? Or as it caught his ear. Second of all, had he not turned at that precise second, he'd been out of here.
You think
that would have hit him dead in the that would have hit him in the head. He would have been out. So I don't know if it's as much as the dude was a bad, horrible shooter, as much as Trump turning at the perfect time. Right?
I don't think he was a horrible shooter. I think he just wasn't trained enough to shoot from that distance. Because you go through training to shoot from those distance. 150 feet, if you don't know what you're doing, you're not.
Did you know he got kicked out of he had a sniper class that he failed.
Okay, that making sense. It's making sense. Well, that's why he got kicked out, because he was terrible. So I mean, I'm
With
not
a
wishing death.
terrible,
I'm not
with
wishing
as
death
terrible
on
as he
Trump. That ain't
was,
what
he
I'm
was
doing.
about this close. He was a millimeter
Right.
from. I mean, that's how close he was. A literal millimeter.
Right.
From taking
I mean,
him
I'm not
out.
wishing death on nobody, and I'm not wishing death on Trump. I'm just saying, whoever paid this guy to do this, they need to get a refund because you shot multiple times while Trump was standing and you missed him. I mean, as far as killing him. And then when he ducked, you shot 3 more times. Well, like, why are you shooting again? The Secret Service is around him now. What are you shooting at? So I don't know. The whole thing to me, if it was staged or not staged, it was poorly done. It was poorly done.
I'm not shocked if the government had something to do with that. There is no way. There is no way he should have. And did you see the photo of the sniper that actually was pointed at him? And he, he should have never even got that shot off. He never even should have got it off. So I think somebody in the government knew something and they let this dude get up there. That was set up.
Well, whose hands is rolled? Like who's in trouble? Who are they? Who's accountable for what just happened? Because remember, the Secret Service is close to the president, right? You got Secret Service, then you got FBI, and then the local police and county sheriffs are the ones that would be like 100, 150 feet. So one of them agencies would have to be the one that has to answer to why that man was on that roof shooting.
Man, I think the head of the Secret Services, her name is Kim Cheadle. Mm-hmm. I think she need to be fired. I think that not only should she be fired, I think she should be brought up on treason. I think that's treason, man, because there's no way. That's supposed to be the top security firm in the world, Secret Service, and you don't have the rooftop cover from that distance?
Well, I guess we'll find out more story, but the only thing that's going through Trump's camp is, should we have him back out in public? Because then you don't know if it'll happen again.
Well,
and if it's an inside job, that's how they killed Malcolm X. If it's an inside job, next time he'll be 50 feet in front of Trump and shoot him.
I think, man, I'll tell you this. I was glad it didn't hit him, because I think had that bullet hit him and took him out, I think that may have possibly been the start of civil war. Because, we've been hearing rumbles about, is there ever going to be a civil war? I've never seen, like you got people who like Trump, people who love Trump, and people who love Trump. You know what I'm saying? And I was glad, because it seemed like the country already divided as it is, right? And I think people, for the most part, some of us take this politics way too serious. And I'm kidding, right? I'm kidding. Yeah. But there, like you say, Sky, there are way more important things in life, right? Not saying that politics aren't important, because they are. You know what I'm saying? But not to the level of you wanting to take somebody's life, or you going out and risking your life for somebody else's life.
Right.
20 years old, your life over with. What was the point? He's still living, and now you gone. You gone. And now, the people who got to go through the most is his family. Could you imagine now they're raiding your house, they in and out of your house all times of night, and the interruption that your family got to go through over some stuff you done did?
Yep. Well, how did they say he had family, or?
Yeah. They going through his car. They found bomb material in his car. Now they're going through his phone. They're going to be going through his laptop. They're going to be interviewing people in his family, people he went to school with, people at his job. Everybody in his life, their lives is interrupted now over some stuff he done did. And I'm sorry, I hate Joe Biden, but not enough to do that. I don't have time you know what I'm saying, or the energy to want to take Joe Biden out. You know, Joe Biden is not that important to me. I'm sorry. He just not. You know, he one, trip over the stairs from being out of here anyway. So why would I want to just go ahead and just want to, I don't want to take nobody out anyway that got anything to do with it. They can believe what they want to believe. If they believe that they a blue unicorn, you can believe that. You can think you a pink sock. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Right. You have your beliefs and let me have my beliefs. That's it.
Absolutely. But again, some people take it too far, and I don't believe we need an assassination for a civil war, because this country is divided in so many different ways. It ain't gonna take much.
It sure ain't. It sure ain't, man. You know what I'm saying? And so it was just wild. I was like, man, I don't think, have I? No, not that I can remember. Have I? The closest thing I done seen to any assassination is, remember when Bush was over? I forget what country he was in, and that man took that flip flop and he threw that flip flop. He had that perfect game. He threw that like a dang. He threw it like a he threw that like a boomerang. You hear me? And I got to give Bush this, because Bush, man, he pulled a Barry Sanders on him, didn't he?
Man, what you said?
This way. Duck that way. I said, damn, that dude's reflexes is like phenomenal. I think I would have got caught with one of them flip flops or them sandals.
Right.
I'd have got caught. I ain't gonna lie. I'd have jumped out in the crowd. I'd have been the first president to jump on somebody, because y'all would have just seen me going in the suit like this. I'd have dove on this little, and
It looked like you a WWE wrestler jumping out the ring.
Oh yeah, we would have been tough. Matter of fact, speaking of, congratulations, man. Go ahead and tell us about your weekend.
Well, my weekend was pretty full. So Friday, I was in Paragould, Arkansas, right? And I was in this thing called the Mania Cup, but it was a gauntlet where one person starts off, right? It was 7 of us, or 6. One person starts off, and every time somebody loses, the loser will go to the back, the next person come out. Well, shouts out to Brimstone, because he lasted the whole thing. He wrestled all 6 of us. When I tell you, he had a long night. So I was lucky enough to draw the very last one. I come out there with my ballet cameo. Shouts out to her, Courtney, if you watching. And of course, Scott Black doing what he do. He goes down there and he wins. Now, this might not be the male or female trophy of the year that we're giving out in December.
That is nice, brother.
But I'm so happy. So whoever wins the male artist of the year and the female artist of the year, congratulations. But I just want to say I have me a trophy too. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So yeah. I mean, because I still got my belt. And so I'm still the No Limit Broken Limits champion. And then I went down there. I won a lot of things in wrestling. I won a ladder match. I won a Money in the Bank. I've cashed it in. But to actually have, when is the last time we won trophies, Damo? When we were kids?
Man, I can't remember, but I'm going to tell you, brother, that thing is shining. You hear me?
I remember I used to have ribbons and people and little things to say first place, second place, but to have a trophy. And the crazy part is, about it, first of all, thank you, Inhumane Championship Wrestling down in Paragould, Arkansas. August 31st, they'll be in Corning, Arkansas. The crazy part is, man, I'm the first to do it. So let's say the next 20 years, somebody else wins 5 or 6 or whatever. They can never say that they was the first to do it. This was the first ever to do it. So I'm excited about that, man. And then, Saturday, I had to come back. So I'm driving 5 hours back to go to Top Rope Wrestling in Lebanon, Tennessee. Well, me and my tag partner, Big Daddy D, we call ourselves the Black and White Express because he's white and I'm black. We tagged up against Classic Man and John Poe. So I had a crazy weekend, man. I had one. But yeah, shouts out to everybody who came down to ICW. Shouts out to all the people that was in the gauntlet match. And you know, God is good, man. I just happened to sneak one by Brim. He wasn't paying attention. And there we go.
Nice, man. Congratulations. It looked good. It looked good. I think it's going to sit real pretty up on the trophy mantle. And this is one of many that you're going to come across.
Well, thank you, brother. Thank you. But you know what? This ain't just for me. It's for me and you because we're a team. Anybody that's a part of me, well, it don't even have to be wrestling. It can be radio, TV, podcasting. When I'm a champion, you a champion. So we all champions.
I mean,
so when everybody says, well,
I was so proud to see it.
Yeah, when everybody said, well, what makes the Nashville Cavemen stand out from all the other podcasts? Because we're champions. You know, right. we put ourselves at a higher level. We elite. So when I go out and do things, I carry all those on my shoulders because it ain't just me. I don't do this on my own. You know, I have people like you who support me and everything else. So thank you, Damo, and thank you, Cameo, and thanks to everybody who has supported Sky Black, whether it's in wrestling, business, music, whatever. This trophy is just not for me. It's for y'all too. So thank y'all.
Right, and plus on this platform, we talk about a variety of topics, and not just relationships, news stories, a little bit of politics, a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? That we can discuss, and it's a platform for everybody to have a voice. So, as you can see, we got a call-in number if you want to call in and voice an opinion. We also got the chat right here, man. Again, shout out to Naj, shout out to Miranda. Anybody want to come on here and express themselves, man, we got a platform in which you can do that. And again, man, we just like to keep it informative. We like to keep it, we like to keep you guys laughing. And, you know, it's we on multiple platforms too. Yeah. So that's what kind of makes us different.
Did you get the same email I got about X? They might do it for the streaming services I'm on, but you know this one we can't do it no more. I can't stream live. You have to buy that premium package. Did you get that email?
If I did, I gotta check my emails.
Okay, yes.
So if they take me off of X, I'm just gonna put it on. Because the good thing about this is that you can actually connect it to other platforms.
Yes. Well, X or Elon Musk say you have the basic, which is free. You have the premium, which was $22 a month, and then you have the premium plus, which is like $35 a month. Yeah, so if you're not on the premium or the premium plus,
X is not what it used to be. It's not what it used to be.
Yeah. So to all my fans on X, I'm sorry, we're not broadcasting live because if I don't buy the premium, I can't broadcast live. Now I don't know if I can upload it after we do it. That they didn't say we could upload, but as far as broadcasting live, the last show was the last broadcast live. So from here on out, we're not on my end. I'm not broadcasting live on X.
I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm not paying to be on X. X is okay, but you know, to me, YouTube, Facebook is more important. Then if it was Facebook, YouTube, then yeah. But now that we're on Twitch, so you know I'm on Twitch. I'd rather be on Instagram than X. To be honest, it's not big enough to me to broadcast on there. Matter of fact, what was you saying?
I'm gonna try to get on Twitch myself, and the one I'm on StreamYard, they let me do Instagram now. I didn't know that they added Instagram. Can you get on Instagram through Restream?
Yes, but it's a certain key. Every week you gotta set it up. So I'm capable of doing it, but I just haven't connected it.
I understand.
I just haven't connected it. But there's other platforms. I'm hoping that later on down the line, they add other platforms. I would love for TikTok to be attached to this. I think that would be phenomenal Restream. Also Bigo. But I would rather TikTok more than Bigo. Because you know my feelings on Bigo. So.
Right. Yep. How's that going so far?
I'm focused on Facebook and YouTube, building them right now. I've been off Bigo because I think you can spread yourself thin. I think if you do too much, you can spread yourself thin. So I think I need to build on Facebook and YouTube first, and then go from there. So
you was absolutely right. Well, how was your weekend?
Man, hot. Dude, it was
like
so
100 degrees yesterday, man.
Bruh. I mean, man, this shit ridiculous. You know, when you can just sit there and sweat, it's too damn hot. It's too damn hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's hotter than two crackheads sword fighting with needles.
That's hot.
It's hot. It's hotter than, man, could you imagine having leather seats in your car?
Back in the day, I had family members that had leather seats in their car, and your legs be all sticky, getting out the car, all hot, burning the bottom of your legs. Mm-hmm.
Sticking to the seat like Nick Cannon and Love Don't Cost a Thing. Remember when he was sitting on that plastic seats? And he
Absolutely.
Hell no. It's some shit that should be against the law. You know what? A good hustle would be having them little popsicles, you know, the little plastic ones, and selling them for $1. Buying them and then selling for $1. Because somebody gonna buy it. That's how hot it is. Now you gotta have enough ice to keep it cool, but that's a good ass hustle to have right now.
It sure is. It sure is, because even at the park, they got the ice cream guy or girl out there, and they selling them snow cones and all that stuff like it's going out of style.
And not the ices or the ice cream. Do they get them?
Yep.
That's what I need. I need to invest in one of those.
So they put the shaved ice into a cup, and then they have the section outside where you pick your own flavor.
Yeah.
The thing now, pick your own flavor.
That's good ass hustle. You hear me? And
Yeah.
I don't even know how the ice cream goes.
Yeah, I remember growing up, we couldn't wait for the ice cream man to come down the truck. Come down the street. You know, back then you had like $25, damn. 25-cent ice cream sandwiches, 25-cent airheads, 25. Now you ain't getting that no more. But I'm just telling you, this was in the 80s. But stuff was like 25, 50 cents, you know what I'm saying?
We be doing anything. And you know what's so funny about that, Sky? It don't matter where you was at as a little kid. You could be, man, in the house. You could be playing flag football. I mean, football. When you hear this noise, ice cream! And everybody take off. You hear me?
Hey, man. Did you also have the fruit and vegetable man come down the street? There was a guy that came down our street on the truck, and he sold fresh vegetables and fruit out of the back of his truck. We had that. So we had the ice cream man, and we had the vegetable guy.
Yeah, we ain't had that. Hell, the ice cream truck, matter of fact, looked like a hoop. Motherfucker went all the same color. One half was blue, the other was red. And then he was just putting panels on the truck to keep it together.
Probably.
You know? We ain't had that. Y'all were bougie down here. Damn.
I guess the guy took the time. Hell, I don't know, but yeah, we sure did.
I don't know if Naj is still here. Naj, you ever remember a fruit and vegetable cup? Man.
And we had that, and then late at night we had the number man. Did y'all have the number man up there to come by and get the money and the numbers?
Oh no, we had lottery.
I had lottery. Okay.
When I moved out here in 03, I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for the Queen and Duchess. I said, damn, y'all still running numbers?
Yeah.
You know? Index cards. That fucked me up right there. Excuse my language. I was like, damn, they running numbers.
Yep. We sure did. You felt like you were in the 1930s, you know what I'm saying, in Harlem, you know what I'm saying, the running numbers. Yep. Absolutely.
Nah, we ain't. Well, I tell you what we did have. We had the candy lady. Did y'all have a candy lady?
Yep, we had a candy lady.
Yeah.
She lived in the projects. So I had to walk from my house to the projects. Yeah, and you go and buy like Airheads and what you call them, Jolly Ranchers and just whatever, yeah. And it was like 5 cents, 10 cents, all that stuff. And then her husband was also the liquor guy. So at night, you go to his house and buy liquor. So I'm telling you, that's the hood mentality, boy.
Man, that's hustling for your butt. You hear me?
Yeah, you didn't have to go anywhere.
You know, you always had one of them in the projects. Somebody was selling candy, or they were selling alcohol, or they were selling plates. Tell me I'm lying. Somebody was selling plates. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy.
Yeah. They sure was. Oh yeah. Also, y'all had the fish fry lady down the street too?
Oh, of course.
Shit.
Of course.
And I used to hate it because they used to always cook the ones with the bones in. Hell, like, I got choked a couple of times. Because, you know, if you get choked with fish bones, you're supposed to eat bread to help it go down.
That
so
means you was baptized,
name. Yeah. Is this bones in the bones? She said, no, baby, there's no bones in it. I was like, okay. Well, give me some mustard, a little bit of, I had tomato, onion on the bread.
We make our own tartar sauce. Ketchup,
tartar sauce,
mayo.
hot sauce.
Or ketchup or mayo and hot sauce. There you go. That was the other.
I'm not a bean person, so her fish sandwiches would come with her fish plates would come with beans, the sandwich, and maybe another side coleslaw. I don't know, damn bitch. Just give me the damn fish sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why people stop doing that? Why did people stop doing that? Huh? Why did people stop doing that?
Shit, man, too many snitches.
Or cost of materials got too bad?
And that too. And then not only that, we got to really start seeing what people really do in their house. Like people will let pets on the stove and counter and stuff, and people just, then when you start learning about roaches, it's like, damn,
That's right. And I'm glad we was never the house to ever cook the fish because that stuff stunk. And you had smoke coming all out your house. You had to lift the windows up. So we already knew whose house down on the street was doing the fish because you could look outside and see all that damn smoke coming out the house. And then she would send her grandkids up the street to let everybody know, hey, it's ready. Or the week before, they would pass flyers up and down the street saying, hey, at 5 o'clock Sunday, come down here and get you a plate. And that's when the plates were like $3, $4, man. Man.
You can have that kind of hustle. But you can have that kind of hustle in the projects because a lot of these young women can't cook.
There you go. None of the fish fry ladies were under 50. You're right.
That's how they did. That's how Mr. Jones was always at their house late at night.
Amen.
He was single. He was hungry. He come through there with a couple dollars and some D, and then he get a plate and go home.
Yeah. So when people think about the hood wasn't always all bad. We had some good times. You know what I'm saying? You know, we had the number man, the candy lady, the alcohol man, the food truck, the ice cream truck, drunk out of the hoses. I mean, play basketball on crates. Did you ever put the little crates on the pole?
Oh, hell yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't all bad. I mean, it was some bad parts, but it wasn't all bad.
Yeah, the projects in the 80s and 90s, I mean, you still had the crime, but as a little kid, I mean, man, you lived a life. Yeah. You had fun. You know, now some households were different than others, but all in all, I mean, the childhood wasn't that bad. We didn't have the worries on the level that these kids have now. Right. These kids now, man. Speaking of, man, let me tell y'all this. So, did you see the story or the video? It's on my page for everybody to follow, where the man walked up in this restaurant, ejaculated on his girl's leg, and left. Let me let y'all hear this, and we're going to talk about it, right? Because I was like, this shit is crazy. Y'all out here losing y'all mind. I don't know what's going on, but damn. Hold on. Turn this music off. I said, man, this is stuff we ain't have to worry about, Sky. Growing up, we ain't have to think about this stuff like this.
He fucking nutted on my fucking leg. You go to hell, bitch. Oh my God.
So this woman was sitting, I guess, with some family and friends in the restaurant, and this dude just walked up to her and busted one right on her leg, and then jetted out the restaurant.
So she had on shorts?
She had on shorts.
Now we're gonna use our vivid imagination. Unless you're the type of person who can just get there right on time. My imagination is as he's walking up, he's jacking off. He got to start at some point, right? Or unless he's just one of those things, his thing get hard, he just come like that. Like, did you not see this man masturbating on his way to your leg? Or what?
Only thing I could think about this possibly happened is that they was at some kind of like bar. You know how like you go on Buffalo Wild Wings and they got the little bar area you can sit at?
Right.
So he might have had his hand in his pocket and she was probably focused on something else. And then, man, right before he let it loose, he just kind of pulled his pants down, turned toward her and right on her leg.
Was she there by herself?
I'm guessing she was there with some other people, but they were occupied. And you know, it take people a minute to figure out what the hell going on. And probably as he did it and she figured out what had actually happened, he took off running.
You think
the
there was
video
some type
on my
of
page. So if y'all want to watch the video of it, you know what I'm saying? It is on my page. You got to scroll down a little bit.
Do you
But
think
that
there was
wild. In
You
public,
you think there was a bet or something? You think somebody dared him to do that, or
man, I have no idea, but that is some wild stuff. That's literally nuts, ain't it?
yes, it is. I'm looking for it. Yeah, okay, I see it. He dashing out that damn stove too.
Boy, he took off like Jesse Owens, didn't he? That boy, Usain bolted out of that.
Because now she's outside looking at it. So did he ejaculate on her leg outside?
No,
was they
inside.
Okay, I'll watch it later.
Yeah, it was in the restaurant. Let me see if I can hold this up so y'all can see this stuff. Hold on, let me turn this music up again. And hopefully y'all can see it. Hold on. Nah, y'all can't see it on that. Yeah, y'all can't see it on that. It ain't, all right, I got my lights too bright. But that's nuts. I mean, literally.
Correct. Absolutely.
Man, I got a question, man. I wanted to ask y'all. This is a good one. So, Scott.
Yes.
If you and your baby mother, man, y'all done had a kid, y'all done broke up. So you got your house, she got her house.
Right.
Do you think you're obligated to put food in her refrigerator?
I wasn't obligated, but I did.
I'm talking about every time, every month. If she wanted you every month, Sky, you need to be filling up my refrigerator.
Well,
you
luckily,
you're obligated to do so. Y'all not together though.
Luckily, my baby mama was what we call a street urchin, a hood urchin.
Oh,
so she got a lot of food stamps, but towards the end, when I was living on my own and she was living on her own, if she needed that, I did. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like I didn't.
I think that's commendable.
Huh?
I think that's commendable. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that because, man, it's if she was to ask to say, "Hey, Sky, I need a little bit of help this month," you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come up short, and she asks, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but man, the think you obligated to do it, you're not. No, you. Nah.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know when I moved out of my mama's house, I was like 29 years old, right? Broke, moved out, right? I spent all my money moving, paying for applications, deposits, all this stuff. So the first few months that my kids was coming over, she was helping me. She was taking her food stamps, buy food, cook this big pot of spaghetti or chicken or whatever, and that's what they would eat on the weekends coming down. Then once I got myself together, I could buy my own food. So for about the first couple of months, when it was my weekend to watch them, she took care of drinks, chips, all that old stuff. So now in the end, before they got old enough to work and do what they wanted to do, if she was like, well, I need this, I'm a little short, okay, cool, it's fine, no problem. Now, if you ask the average guy, is he going to fill up the refrigerator every month? Because I think when she asked me, it wasn't about $200-300 worth of groceries. You know what I'm saying? It was just enough to hold you over till your food stamps hit the card again. Right. So this might be a question that you might have to answer on, because I know I've done it.
I actually think that's commendable. I highly respect that. I want to play this video of this female that was kind of talking about this. And this would prompted me to actually ask this question. So without further ado, let me go ahead and play this right quick.
She asked him to buy groceries for her house. Then this happened.
Should a man be responsible for putting food in his baby mama's fridge if they are not together? I just came across a video where a man was genuinely asking if it is his job to put food in his baby mom's fridge when they both work jobs, they both have households they need to take care of. But apparently his baby mama asked for, I guess, money for food or for groceries or whatever, and his clapback was, is it his job to put food in her fridge when he has to put food in his? The fact that this man was even questioning whether or not he should put food in the fridge for his kids to eat tells me all I need to know. But I digress. Yes, it is your job. If your co-parent is struggling to provide something momentarily that your children need and you have the means to provide it, why would you not?
Now, that being said, right?
Right.
Because I appreciate and love the way that you and the mother of your children had it set up. I think that's the mature way to do it. Right. But there's another way that can be done too. Right? Now, I know some people might get ticked off of this, but ladies, if you're struggling like that, it is your ego and your pride getting in the way. Because what you can also do is what? If you can't take care of the kids, what other option you have? Give them to the father. Give them to the father until you get on your feet.
You could, but a lot of the women I know, they want to do that because they want to claim the income tax. They want to keep the food stamps, the first of the month check. So if you turned them over, they wasn't getting those benefits. But then I did know some people, the father did raise them and the mama still kept the benefits. So I knew both ends. But this thing goes back to what you talked about a long time ago, Damo. Vetting who you're having kids with.
Right.
I mean, this doesn't make sense. You should have known what type of man or woman you're sleeping with if you have to ask and they say no. It'd be different if it was like, well, I need $900 to send them to Disneyland. We ain't talking about that. But if she's saying, can I get $100 to help buy food until I get paid or this? Yeah. Okay. Or I'll pay you back. Don't worry about it. It's for them. But the problem that I'm having is the reason this man said this is because a lot of men are getting tired of being the rock. Do you know what I'm saying? Like as men, we're taught to take it on the chin. We can't cry. We can't be emotional. We just put the world on our shoulders and we just keep moving. So yes, as a man, the way I was brought up, if I'm in my own house, yes, I got to take care of my household and the kids when they're in my house. But if my baby mom is single, I still need help with her household too. That's how I grew up as a man. Now, if she's married or got a boyfriend living over there, I still might help a little bit, but not what she's asking for.
Right. I think, man, if they come down to when you taking care of them kids, you got to put your pride aside and do whatever it takes to take care of them kids.
Right. Because what if she's married to a guy or she's dating a guy, right, who has his own kids that he's brought into the picture. So now my kids over there, his kids are over there, and they all short of food. then you can be like, well, no, he's living with you, he's sleeping with you, y'all find a way, and that's not how I was raised. Hey, we're hungry over here. I'm not gonna even ask who's over there. I'm gonna say how many children are over there.
Right.
Full. Then I know my 2 and his 2. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna go to Little Caesars and get 5 boxes of pizzas. There you go. I'm not gonna be. I've been petty before. I don't want nobody to think I'm perfect, but when it comes to stuff like that, I'm not gonna be petty about things like that because no child asked to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're right.
Yeah, let's say there was no kids involved, and it was just her and him starving. Yeah, they might have starved. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, the petty part. But when it comes to the kids being involved, I'm not going to know. So
I'm the same way, man. You know what I'm saying? You could go with her and take the kids and get something. You could go take the kids to go get food, or take her and go grocery shop. What do you need? Get whatever you need.
I've done that too, but he's at a point where he's like, my bills are my bills, her bills are her bills, and I'm not against that, Damo. I mean, in life that does kind of make sense, right? You know, but it just depends on how you was raised. And so when it comes to kids, you the man, you the head of the house, holds like a S. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just one household. Whatever your kids eat, sleep, whatever, you never become a head of that household. So even if they're over they grandparents' house, you ahead of that household, because if the grandmama calls and say I'm on my way. You know what I'm saying? If they over the baby mama house, I'm on my way. If they over your sister house, which is your auntie, and your sister say, hey, this is going to happen because you are the man. Those are your kids. It goes God, man, woman, children. If you believe in that. So but most people, they're not built that way. And so if they're not built that way, I see why he's asking, why should I even attempt to fill up your refrigerator when they over your house, right? Because as the woman, do you fill up my refrigerator when they over my house?
Man, and that's the selfishness of people. Because your kids got to eat. It ain't about you. Your kids got to eat. That's your number one priority is to make sure your kids are fed. And if the mother of your children or the father of your children fall short, it's your duty to step in to make sure you do your part for the kids. It's not about them.
Correct.
About the kids.
Correct.
People don't put the kids first, man. And be thinking about the kids when they busting them nuts on people's legs and stuff.
Getting their toes pregnant. Yeah, they don't think about stuff like that, right? And so at the end of the day, if you really feel that way, this month, just do it, and then pull the baby mama to the side and have an adult conversation. Like, I don't know if I can do this every month. But, I mean, I don't know. That's just... And now, if you injured, disabled, and you can't work, I don't expect you to be that type of a father or a dad because you can't physically do it. But if you are a healthy male and you're having kids, yeah, man, it's for the mama gets all the attention, but the hard work really goes to the dads, man. So shout outs to all the dads out there, because I know y'all don't get a lot of attention that do. Most of y'all got 5 baby mamas, and you take care of all your kids. No problem whatsoever. Like Nick Cannon, he take care of all your children, but they never spotlight those type of people.
Right. Speaking of, man, me and Sky, we're going to go ahead and take a quick 2-minute break. So I'm going to go ahead and play a song for y'all. When we come back, we're going to be talking about this woman got married to this man, right? Mm-hmm. 30 days into the marriage, she started going off on him because he didn't put the life insurance in her name, the house in her name. He didn't put nothing in her name within them 30 days.
Right.
So she went off on him. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that. Hey, if you guys can, share this live, man. Y'all can help us grow by simply sharing the live. Sharing the live don't cost y'all anything. It's free. Nope. You know what I'm saying? And if you got love for me and you got love for Sky, do us that one favor. Hit the share button. We don't care what platform you hit it on. Just share it with your people, man. If you enjoy our lives and whatnot, you enjoy the Nashville Cavemen podcast, just tell people about us, man, if you enjoy it. Sit back, man. We're going to go ahead for a quick break. We'll return. We'll not only talk about that, but I want to talk about why, because I think I brought this up before, Scott.
Yeah.
But I swear, I'm really leaning on, I think they need to make military drafting mandatory. I really think they need to start looking at that. Where when you come out of high school, if you're not going to college or you got to show something productive that you got going on right away, or you automatically got to do 2 years with the military, right? For discipline, for training, you know what I'm saying? Because, we'll get into that when we come back. So y'all stay tuned, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be right back after this song.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's out of control. They watching, the people want to show. Am I gonna fumble? Am I gonna fall? I gotta let them know. Can't stop this flow.
You gon' know my hunger, you gon' know my name. Never did I make it, oh boy, I was a lame. I'm telling y'all stories so y'all can know my pain. And I'ma need a straight jack, I'm finna go insane. Like every day I stayed up, trying to be the best out. Looking at me downfield, trying to run the best route. But you know these corners, man, had to put a curl in. All I do is fail, and I'm looking for my first win. Always fucking broke, I just wish that I can touch green. Trying to lead the hood, cause you know that I can do without. Gotta put my family on, you know that I can't do without. Can't stop, won't stop, baby, that's what this all about, yeah.
I'm on a roll, it's out of control. They watching, the people wanna show. Am I gonna fumble? Am I gonna fall? I gotta let them know. Can't stop this flow. Can't stop this glow. I'm about to blow. Can't stop this. Can't stop this. Can't stop this flow. No, 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 no. Can't stop this flow.
Can't stop, won't stop, gotta keep going. These niggas sleeping on me, so let them keep snoring. The best rap alive, and I gotta keep flowing. I'm pulling up like step, man, I gotta keep scoring. And losing not an option, I learned to be a better me. Best rap alive, and y'all others just a letter B. You trying to ride my wave, and these niggas trying to copy me. Wanted that alive, and you know these rappers dead to me. Second place, nigga, that's the best that they can ever be. Can't stop, won't stop, boy, you know I'm the recipe. Running the game for too long, think that I can give it up. Told y'all what a life I'm living, you know I had to live it up, yeah.
I'm on a roll, it's out of control. They watching, the people wanna show. Am I gonna fumble? Am I gonna fall? I gotta let them know. Can't stop this flow. Can't stop this glow. I'm about to blow. Can't stop this. Can't stop this. Can't stop this flow. No, 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 no. Can't stop this flow. No, 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 no. Can't stop this flow.
Stood up from the table and he asked my sister.
All right, man, we are back. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this right quick, man, and then we're gonna go ahead and talk about this. I want y'all to listen to this, right? Check this out, Sky. This is wild.
Changed nothing. It's been 30 days. We've been married. You haven't changed nothing into my name. You had to put the house in my name. You had to put the insurance in my name. And then you got like everybody else is on as a beneficiary. No. You got no problem. You got both of them. Say that one more time. You heard what I said. Yo, just say
Everybody.
she got somebody there to take care of her.
This is who I married. This is who I married 30 days ago.
So it's only been 30 days and we're here. Is she wrong for being upset? Now it's understandable why she's upset, but is the disrespect called for?
This is who I married 30 days ago.
What's really taking you so long? Like 30 whole days, Deshaun. 30 whole days
time to do it.
Like, it's like you're not even taking this marriage serious. It's like
You taking it too serious right now.
it's like you still attached to your
Hey, do you
like a little mama
look,
boy.
check it out. My little mama boy.
A little mama's
Look,
boy.
do you love me or do you love the money? Which one what are you here for? What are you here for?
Listen, like I said,
What you on TikTok or something? What you on?
I'm not interested in nothing that you talking about right now. Because I don't even care about it. Because what if you die? What if you die? What's going to happen to me if you die? Who's going to take care of me? Who's going to take care of me? You told me when we got married, you were going to do everything. You was going to make sure I'm taken care of.
What man is going to look at that and say, you know what? I do need to pay her bills. Ladies.
Man, so what do you think about that, man? She right or she wrong?
Again, it goes back again. They would have been married for 30 days. Did you date her long enough before you married her? It always starts back to what you said, Damo, getting to know the person, right? Now, Did you agree to marry this woman and tell her that you're going to pay her bills, leave her life insurance, and make sure that she was okay? If you told her that, then you have to be a man of your word and stand behind it. If you didn't
Let me ask you this, because that is a good question. So once you get married to somebody, how long do you think, or what grace period should they have to start rolling things in your name?
You talking about like a woman changing her last name, or just changing the beneficiaries? Yeah,
just arranging the beneficiary, the trust, all of that. The will, testament, rolling all that information over into your significant other's name. What grace period should be given to do that?
I don't know, but let me tell you what I would do. First off, I'm not rolling over nothing. So let's just say on up to my life before I got married, the beneficiaries and the what do you call them? What do you call that person when you're sick or something and they the first, your emergency contacts, all that stuff. Let's just say all those forms was in my mama or my kids. That's where it's gonna stay. Then when we get married, we're gonna have an extra one for the marriage itself. That's where the prenup and wills and stuff is gonna come from. I don't want to roll anything over to this because you wasn't around to help me get this. So what I would have done if I was a guy, like, okay, well, we're gonna go get an extra or another life insurance plan that's gonna have me and you on it. We're gonna go get another this, that, and that has me and you on it. So that way you are taken care of. That way. It's not my fault that you came to the table with no assets or no type of insurance or no type of, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's not my fault that you didn't come. But once we come into a union, then we can sit down and talk. But like I was saying about the guy, I don't know what he told this woman. She said, she's yelling, you told me you're going to take care of me. Then dude, keep your word and take care of it.
I agree. I think if anything, I would have had an issue with 30 days. You should at least, and you're right. Let me take this back. That should be discussed before you get married. Okay, we're gonna get married. Okay, a month, within us getting married, what is the timeline that we should have this, and that done? Because life. You working, you got a lot of obligations in 30 days, and it can come and go, and you just not take care of it. Amen. So I think maybe that should be something that you sit down and have a timeline for. You set dates for. On this date, we're going to go ahead and sit down and do this.
Absolutely. And a lot of people don't do that, man. And they don't have those hard conversations. They don't get it. And if you do have a hard conversation and the woman ain't trying to hear it, walk away.
Right.
We got to have what happens if we divorce, what happens if somebody dies, what happens if one of our kids die, what happens if one of our parents die. Like, I'm marrying you, and then let's say your parents are starting to get sick. When you get health insurance on them, because most likely they ain't got it, or if they do, they ain't got enough. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you prepare, but this all comes to prioritizing, saving, and making sure you have enough money to do this, because life insurance ain't free. I'm not saying they're all expensive, but they ain't free neither. So you got to have money aside to pay the premiums. So when somebody dies, you can put that money in a trust or take that money to bury them, which I wouldn't bury nobody no more because funerals are like 15, 19. Damn, all that. Cremate them people, put them in a urn, and you take the rest of that money, stick it in a trust or stick it in a money market or CD account that's going to give you 3-4% interest and will it down to whoever, the kids, grandkids, uncles, nieces, and nephews. But people don't think like that, Dang. Only me and you sort of think like that. A lot of these guys, they don't think like that because maybe they don't know, but they don't think like that.
You know what? I'm with you, Scott. I'm with you. Don't bury me. Don't set me up in no casket. I ain't moving. I'm dead. Cremate my ass. You hear me? You better not be sitting up there. You don't look at me when I'm alive. So why would you sit me, prop me up there, and I'm like this, and you walking by talking to something that I can't even fucking see you or hear.
Or feel nothing.
You know what I'm saying? I can't see you or hear you. Cremate me, throw me outside with the rest of the dirt that's out there, and let me go. Let me blow on my way. You know what I'm saying? Let me go with the wind, literally.
Yeah. A lot of people are historians, so you look up the history of caskets. A lot of reason caskets were created was because when they used to bury people in the ground, diseases and germs would come off the dead body and make the living sick. But the real reason, because the kings and queens back in the day, that's how they honored the people with wealth, was putting them in caskets. The poor people, when they died, they just either threw your ass out in the water or threw you out there and the coyotes ate you. So yeah, we're still indoctrinated with a lot of these. When we talk about people blowing money, a golden casket is no different than a rapper buying a gold chain. It's just a symbolized. The body that's in that casket will never know. Know?
I think funerals is the most stupidest of things. I'm sorry. I hate funerals. Y'all suck. Half of y'all don't go visit the people when they living, and then when they die, y'all cry over them and stuff. They can't hear you. They can't see you. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
And then you got them propped up there. And then you see all the makeup caked on their face. Talking about he look good. No, he don't. He dead. He don't look good. All right? Quit lying. That brother look scared. You wouldn't have him in the house at night, would you?
Right.
Right. If they move in any kind of way, the whole room jumping up and running.
That's
Ain't nothing cool about that. It don't make no sense. You saying your goodbyes to somebody don't even know. They out of here.
They gone. And then once you bury them, how often do you go visit them? Right? Like when you bury them, how often do you go visit? So you got to pay for, and then the tombstones are extra. They don't come with it. If you want a nice tombstone, that's $500, $600, $700, $8,000, whatever you're going to spend.
For a rock? To get your name on the rock? $8,000? Look, give it to me. I'll go ahead, get me a Sharpie. You know what I'm saying? One of these big ass stones out here, and I'll put your name on there and put it right there. Give me that $7,000, $8,000. That's the dumbest shit ever. Military?
Well, my dad is buried. If you can't afford it, they had these little cards that you would write the name on and slide it in this thing, and at the bottom was like a sharp stick, and you just stuck it in the ground. And maybe every 2-3 years, if the wind didn't blow that little thing away or rain didn't kill it, then you could go. Those were like $10, $12 back in the day. I don't know what they are today. Now, the only way I would go against what I'm saying if it's wishes, right? So let's say me and you, Damo, we had a grandmother that passed away. She had her own life insurance, and in her will, she wanted to be buried up on the moon and all this old stuff. Okay, fine, whatever. But if you ain't left that, you for going there and earn.
Don't have no wishes with me. You ain't here to know them wishes. You can wish all you want. You know what I'm saying? Right. Man, shit, you dead. You out of here. You is cooked. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna have some wishes after you dead? You don't know. This is not true. It's dumb. You know what I'm saying? Man, look. Don't wait. I be telling mine, don't waste that money on me.
Yeah.
Go ahead, spend it. You get some George for all I care. Hell. Don't waste that money, man, on me. I ain't here to know what the hell going on. You know?
That's how I am too. That's how it's gonna be in my last will and testament. Hey, don't do that, man. I like you said, I won't know what's happening, anything. Whatever
Right.
you can afford, whatever's left, you know, because back in the day when funerals were like $3,000-$4,000, okay, that's fine. But now, man, they up to like $12,000, $13,000, $14,000. And then sometimes if you don't have enough insurance payout, the government's only gonna give you like $400-$500. I've had people do GoFundMe pages to pay for funerals. Not final expenses, but just the funeral itself. Like, damn, that's crazy.
And I don't know how. It is, you know what? I get it if you're dealing with somebody that's like very, very young. Okay. But for y'all to be in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s to pass away and not have life insurance, that is so irresponsible. That's irresponsible of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody should have life insurance. If you don't, then you shouldn't be eating no fast food, buying liquor, cigarettes, or none of that. Because all that money should go toward your life insurance.
Go towards your life insurance.
Especially if you got kids.
And you shouldn't be eating that stuff no way, because think about it. If your body's healthy enough, you can donate your organs to save other people. But where I come from, I wouldn't donate none of that shit to come out of my neighborhood. When they die, you take your organs with you. Because I've seen when you was living everything you was putting in your mouth. So I know your organs ain't worth a damn.
That's why I screwed mine up on purpose. Because you ain't going to be kidnapping me getting no love. You hear me? You see, at my lung, the liver going to kill you quicker than your arm.
Right.
So, I just going to tell you that, first and foremost. Second of all, look. If you got kids and want your kids to start working, the first thing you should do is make sure they put life insurance on each other.
That's right.
How the hell?
Right. And
it's cheap. The younger you get it, the cheaper it is.
It is.
Your kids should be having $200,000-$300,000 life insurance policies on each other.
That's right.
Now, fuck they don't. You are irresponsible if they don't. I'm just telling you. Which brings me to this.
Mine, but they don't listen.
Which brings me to this. I think it should be mandatory for kids to be drafted into the military.
I never thought I would hear another person say that, because I have a quick little story for you.
And this dude. All right. No, I was going to say. Because did you see what happened in Chicago on the 4th of July weekend?
No, but before you get into it, let me tell this quick little story. So back in the day at the Nashville airport, you know, they rebuilt it now. But before they rebuilt it, at the bottom was where you would bring your rental cars. You had Hertz, you had Enterprise.
I worked there.
Yeah, okay. And you had the shuttles that would pick people up. Now they've redone all that. So this is back when I was there, 2005, 6, 7, 8, and 9, right? There was this guy, a lot of people who worked with me was from Sudan, they were from Egypt, and one guy I worked with, his name was Islam, literally, his name was Islam. And his daddy was Egyptian, his mama was from Sudan. But where he came from, it was compulsory that a young man went into the military. Like, it didn't matter what it is, when you turn 18, you had to do 2 years in Sudan in the military. And he looked at me one day, and this is like 2006. He said, one day America's going to get like that, to where if you don't go to college, if you don't get a job, they're going to make it compulsory that you have to do at least 2 years in the military. This was back in 2007 or 8, Damo. And you saying this in 2024, it kind of makes the hair on my skin stand up, because I remember him vividly telling me that how he had to do it when he was 18, when he was living in Sudan, and how he believed that America one day is going to adopt that constitution, because you got too many people sitting here doing nothing. And idle mind is a devil's workplace. That's where a lot of crime comes from, because people don't have shit to do. They just sitting around bored. So if you don't get a job, if you don't go to college, if you don't get drafted into the NBA, then you're going to mandatorily be going into the military. No more draft. No more draft. You're going to go.
I agree with that, and I'm going to tell you why. The 4th of July in Chicago, they had in a 24-hour span over 100 shootings. 100 people got shot in 24 hours. 19 of them was unalive, lost their life. Right?
Right.
Well, if you're going to be running from bullets, you might as well get paid to do it. You might as well go to the military, pick up some training in the skill, and then I think this is the other thing. Just like that young man, 20 years old, they got all that free time to do that. I think these young people don't appreciate the freedoms that they have in this country.
They don't.
When you start hearing people talk about, well, where has America ever been great for blacks? Okay, you guys are spoiled. It's time for y'all to start getting drafted. You have lost appreciation for the country you live in. Because yes, America has poverty, but America don't have poverty like Haiti poverty, like South America poverty, like Sudan poverty. We're not, because think about this, guy. Over here, you cannot have a job, get a nice apartment, right?
Right.
Be able to get a big flat screen TV, right?
Right.
Be able to get enough food to feed you and multiple kids, right?
Right.
Do education cost anything here?
Up to high school, no, it's free.
It's
The
free.
taxpayers, yeah.
Right?
Right.
Medicare, healthcare,
Right. Medicaid.
for children,
Yep.
free. For these mothers,
Free. Yeah.
how aren't we in the best country in the world?
Our poorest people live better than some of the richest people
In
on
other
the planet.
countries.
In other countries, yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that being said, I think because we've been out of war for so long, I think for the most part, people they're spoiled. They're unappreciative. And I think the only way to bring that back is to bring back them to be drafted in the military. So they have an understanding of what makes this country so great.
Right.
Because I just think that people just spoiled. We turned into the spoiled rich kid, the brats.
Right. All right. Because I always wondered, all these kids and these gangsters and what you call them, gang members, if they can sit around and kill innocent people in LA, Chicago, Detroit, them the ones you need to send first. Because it's easy for you
And I'm glad you said that.
to be a blood or a crib and kill an innocent person. Well, let me send you overseas where a 12-year-old has his gun as big as me and he's shooting back at you. That's what burned me up. So when you said it was 100 shootings in Chicago, there was people shooting at innocent folks that couldn't shoot back. Send them same people with that same energy over to Iraq, Iran, Korea, where they will shoot back at you. That's what I always believe.
And I'm glad you said that, Scott. You know what I think needs to happen?
What's that?
I think the cities that are the most dangerous should be where people are drafted from first.
Right.
No, I think they should take the cities with the top 10 violent cities and start drafting them young from them cities.
Yeah.
They should be the ones to go first.
Because think about, when you say privilege, we can talk about money, healthcare, children. The number one privilege we have is our justice system. You can kill somebody and just go to jail for life, because you really have, in our justice system, you really have to make that judge. I can kill 20 people, but you really have to make that judge say, you know what, Scott, you're on death row. You're going to get the death penalty. There's people who have murdered kids and is not on the death penalty. You see what I'm saying? They'll spend the rest of their life in jail, but they still get to eat 3 times a day. They get an hour of rec time. They get to read books, all of that stuff. So you're right. America is the spoil, because you do that in another country, they probably going to hang you in front of the city or the town that you in front of everybody to set an example.
you over here can freely, without persecution. I've seen the dude make a threat toward former presidents. You can talk against the leaders. Over in other countries, you do that, they locking you up. If they don't, and some of them may take you out of here.
Saddam Hussein was known for that. In Iraq, when Saddam Hussein was the president in Iraq back in the 90s, you talked about him. That's what I'm telling you. They would cut your head off, put it on the stake, and put it in the middle of the city or the town. So when people woke up that day and seen your head, it was an example. You do not talk bad about Saddam Hussein or his regime. You right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I do, man. I'm in agreement with that, man. I think I'm gonna probably go make a TikTok about that. Where I do, I think that they automatically, I don't care if we're in war or not, just in the 2-year boot camp where kids need to go, not only because, man, it would help with our obesity rate, right?
Right.
It would help with that. It would allow them to make money, right?
Right.
And to get free college, because you know when you go to the military, you get, man, you know, part of your tuition paid.
The GI Bill. Mm-hmm.
It's benefits too. And so I think it should be a mandatory thing. Plus, you can never have enough military personnel. And I think they need to automatically go back to draft.
I believe that when you send them kids, because a lot of times, a lot of our military is just sent overseas for protection. You know, they'll send them to Korea, Taiwan, whatever, just a stage over there. Germany. When I talk to a lot of military people, the majority of them has come through Germany. It's something about Germany where we like to send our soldiers. I don't know why. And keep them over there for about 6 months so they can see how other people. So when they come back over here, they have more appreciation. They won't be just killing folks. Because military does two things, right? What does it do? Not give you confidence, but structure. Okay, it gives you structure. So it teaches you how to control your emotions. So a lot of kids, if you piss them off, they want to kill you. When you come out the military, it teaches you, hey, think before you act, right? Then you learn self-defense. So if somebody's coming after you in your family, if you're military trained, you might not need to shoot them because you're going to know pressure points and all type of shit that I don't know. You kill somebody just by thumping their nose. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree with a lot of that, man, because a lot of these kids, they dropping out of high school. They ain't going to college. They ain't working. They just sitting around trying to figure out how to get money. And then that's when you start going into that criminal mentality of, I'm going to rob this old lady. And then while you trying to rob this old
I'm going to try to assassinate this person. And
yeah.
You know, they got too much time on
somebody. You didn't kill somebody. Because most people's intentions is not really to kill. They just want to rob. Well, then it ended up, then you didn't kill somebody.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so
in this country, if you're under 18, they'll probably put you in juvenile court until you're 18 to 21, right? And then after that, they might release you because you have to go back and be tried as an adult, unless you've done something egregious. Then if you went in there and killed a whole household at 16, they might try you as an adult. You know, what they call it, the grand jury. They'll ask the grand jury to overlook the case and say, hey, he's 16, but look at what he done. And we try him as an adult. You see what I'm saying? Back in the old days.
You know what? And Sky, you know what I think? How they can do it too? Is they don't have to send the kids to the military right away. But if by 21, if they see that you haven't done anything productive, right? You aren't in college, you aren't doing anything productive, right? And they see that you have a history of getting in trouble, send you overseas.
Yeah. I can agree. I can agree with that. Yeah. Because once you go overseas, man, even people that take tours, that get on cruise ships, they come back with a different perspective. You know, because now they see how other people really live. Because a lot of these people live like Jesus is still walking on this earth, right? You remember how the earth was when Jesus was walking? That's how a lot of these countries still live, dude. They ain't got houses, they ain't got hoods, they ain't got electricity. They bathed in the same river with the cows and everything else. Like, you would think it was 2,000 years ago. So when you see people live like that, then you come back to America, you have more appreciation for this country than you do when you never leave it.
I think that's the other benefit of it. Because I think people haven't been across, or they are so unfamiliar with the rest of the world that they really don't have an understanding of, how beneficial and how blessed they are to be here, to literally be here. People are, man, I listen to young people talk about I'm oppressed. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
Thank you.
Not really having an understanding of real racism. Like there's some real racism going on in other parts of the world. Right. There's some real oppression. Do you know there are parts of the world where women can't do a third of the things that what they do here? They can't even have an opinion. They can't even show their face.
Absolutely. Again, it's like if it was England, what you call it, England 10,000 BC.
Look at the Arabic countries.
Right. Women couldn't do nothing. Nothing.
They can't speak. They can't even look other men in the eye.
That's real
property.
Don't
even be accused of being cheating. Don't even be accused of that. Because whether you did it or not, if people can get other people to believe that you actually did it, your life is over with.
That's it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And all these women talking about this and that, you is right. You go to these countries, man, where in some countries a woman can't walk outside by herself. She has to have a man or her husband with her. You go to some countries to where they're forced to be in marriages with 4 other women. And I mean, you're right about that. But until they go and learn, they won't know. I mean, I guess you can watch TV, but it is what it is.
I think the women should be automatically have to go too. A lot of them ain't doing nothing, wasting their time, shaking their ass and doing that. They can be productive elsewhere.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, once you see how the other people live, you'll have a better perspective on how you know what I'm saying? I mean, because I know when they say, well, we were slaves, we were properties. No, you gonna see what a real property is. At least slaves had Sundays off. They could go to church. They didn't work all day. When the nighttime came, they went home. But over there, when I mean you a property, like he said, you don't speak. Your whole body's covered up. Oh my God, you can't go nowhere. You can't vote. You can't have a job. You have to wait on a man hand and foot. Until y'all women go
that guy, man, you put another idea in my head.
What's that?
I think at some point you have to go and do military time to even be able to vote. I think if you aren't worthy, if you don't think it's worthy enough to fight for the country, then you don't deserve to vote. No. Now, people may say I'm extreme with that.
If you have an issue with the company, with the country, you can leave. Ain't nobody stopping you from leaving. I just seen Southwest and Delta leave the other day. You know what I'm saying? They'll take you wherever you want to go.
Yep. I think, man, there's some things they can do. There's some things they can do to incentivize going to the military. Like, if you do a couple years, you don't pay the same taxes as somebody that didn't go.
Right.
So maybe there's some tax benefits going forward in your life that you get to take advantage of that a person that didn't go to the military don't. Maybe you pay only half the taxes that somebody didn't go to the military have to pay.
Absolutely. And I think with the military, there's a lot of horror stories. That's probably why there's a lot of reasons why I didn't go. But it's a lot of horror stories that they hear on TV. And yes, some people do come back injured, missing legs, hurt, But the majority of military people don't do that. A lot of them, they go to boot camp, they get stationed for a few years, and they come back home as if nothing ever happened. They only show the parts of the military that makes you be like, oh my God. But there are a lot of people that went to the military that have no PSTD, no scar, no nothing. because I'm a loan signing agent. So when these people use the VA to buy houses, they're buying big ass houses. Do you hear me? And they don't have no down payment. They don't have no closing costs. And right now, what is interest rate? 9%. They're getting like 1 or 2% interest on their homes because they come to them.
Man, and that's one way they could fix immigration. All them dudes coming over here, a lot of them violent and stuff. To get citizenship, you have to do 4 years of military. Problem solved. You got to do 4 years. If you want to become a citizen, you have to do 4 years of military. Show us that you really want to be an American citizen. Do 4 years of military.
Right. But what you're saying is not archaic because countries used to do it back in the day. So let's take about Romans, right? We call them, drafting or whatever. When you turn 16 to 18, they was teaching those kids how to fight. I mean, back in the day when they was drawing swords. So every healthy male knew how to fight. So when it was time to go to war, they could go. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's not archaic for men to be protectors, to be in the military, protecting the country and the people in the country. Because like you said, some countries, a woman could never be in the military, ever. Some countries, gay people couldn't be in the military, ever. So before you want to down the United States, you think about all the privileges. Now you can go into the military born a man becoming a woman, or born a woman and becoming a man. Like, think of all that stuff that wouldn't fly overseas,
Right. You're right.
But we in agreement with that. I do. And I think when he told me that in 2008, I was like, yeah, it's going to come. But to hear you say it, now I really think it's coming. I really do think Congress is going to do that.
Do you think that's something, though, that would kind of change the mindset and the thought process of, of young people? Because I think the young people now are lost politically, especially having pride in the country.
Absolutely.
I think they lack pride in the country, and I think that will kind of help guide them.
And so we take the Republican Party, right? When they always talk about, well, why minorities or blacks are in the Republican Party, think about those percentages of them. A lot of them has come out the military. And when you come out the military, most of the times you do what? You start your own business. And then when you start your own business, you get into politics, right? That's how I got into politics, from starting my own business. It's just a segue into politics. Well, I didn't go to the military, but most military people, since they have that structure, I get up at 6 a.m, I exercise, I eat right, I do this, I do that. It makes them start their own business because they're not going to work for the average citizen who's never been into the military. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of those, that's why I be like, if somebody's black and Republican, find out why. I know why. Because a lot of them are coming through the military, they're starting businesses, and they've gotten into politics, and Trump or whoever these Republicans are talking their language. A lot of congressmen and senators are former military people. So a lot of Republicans, I'm not saying Democrats need, but a lot of Republicans are military people. So you're right, it gives you that structure. So if you have a kid, especially in the adoption agency, you have a lot of these kids with no homes, no parents. If you send them into the military and give them that structure, oh shit, ain't no telling what America would be. Ain't no telling what it would be. Yeah.
Well, hey, y'all, this has been man. We might have to expand on this and talk about that, especially when the youth, because there's a lot of things I think they can do to kind of turn the youth around to benefit them. But this has been an excellent conversation, man. It always is with you, Sky. Man, it seemed like this show is getting better and better every week. And I want to thank everybody that tuned in, man, everybody that, got involved today. Miranda being here for a little bit, Nas being here for a little bit, everybody else that was watching. For the people that didn't watch the live, if y'all can do us a favor, if y'all can share it, okay? Come across it. If you are a fan of Sky or myself or both. If you could share it, we appreciate it. I know I want to thank y'all for tuning in every week.
Yeah,
Man,
me too.
we appreciate y'all. It is wonderful that y'all do. If you got a business, inbox me, man. I know today a good friend of mine, Kimi Edwards, I decided to share hers. It's crackleandbadco.com. Again, that is crackleandbadco.com. Make sure y'all check out her website. She sells candles, candle products, and more. So make sure y'all check that out. Sky, man, you got anything going on today or this weekend?
Well, now next the 27th, I'll be down in Huntington, Tennessee at Swag. But this weekend, no. But I want to say something before we go because Naj brought up something. He said, my thing is he missed. I think he was a patsy. The whole thing was set up for Trump to get votes to win. When he said that, it made me think about what's his name? Suge Knight. Because you remember Suge Knight was sitting in the car with Tupac, right? So the theory was Suge Knight wanted Tupac killed. If I wanted Tupac killed, why in the shit would I be sitting in the car with him when the bullets are coming? Bullets have no eyes, because you know Suge got hit too, right? So I'm still worried about that theory because that's a weird theory. If I want somebody killed, I'm not gonna be sitting next to him in the car while the bullets come. So if Trump was using this to get to win, what happens if he got hit and killed?
What? Let me debunk that. Because you know I got a lot of respect, man, for Naj. Naj, I want you to think about this. Gas is up over 20%. Energy is up over 20 to 30%. Groceries is up 20 to 30%. The interest rate to buy a house, you see how high it is and how impossible it is for most people to buy a home right now. New cars, the interest rate is high. Trump don't have to do anything to get extra votes. And man, inflation is getting him votes. When you have to pay more, right, to get the exact same things that you paid for 3-4 years ago, that's going to get him votes. Biden walking around calling Trump his vice president, calling Zelensky Putin. You know what I'm saying? That's going to get Trump votes. Trump don't have to do anything to campaign against Biden. Biden is going to get Trump votes. Just being himself. Walking around here half dead. It took a bullet to knock Trump off his feet. The wind knocked Biden off of his. Biden been falling off airplane stairs, bikes, stages, shaking the hand of invisible people. You know what I'm saying? This dude been doing everything of a dead person. You like, ain't nobody even standing here. Who is this brother talking about? Who is he talking to? And it took a bullet to knock that man down. And for people to say it's staged, so tell that to the people who lost their dad and their husband. A woman lost her husband and a daughter lost her father. They was talking about brain matter being left on the bleachers. Right? Nothing staged about that. Could you imagine one of your loved ones being, their life being lost, and then somebody saying, oh, that was staged. That wasn't real. That didn't happen to them. Could you imagine how you would feel toward people like that? Oh, that was set up for this man right here to get votes. From people that was going to vote for him anyway because they're paying 3-4 times the amount for groceries more than they were paying for 3-4 years ago.
You talk about rent too, man. You know, in New York, a 1-bedroom is almost $4,000 a month. In New York, a 1-bedroom, that's crazy.
They are taxing us, giving our tax money, shutting down schools in Chicago. See, we don't pay attention to the news enough. We be off in our little world. They are taking our tax dollars, taking schools in Chicago that they had closed down, right? Not only reopening them, but refurbishing them, putting immigrants in, undocumented immigrants. and you got people that served in the military living on the street. Y'all think Trump got a man do this to get what you call it? Man, y'all need to go ahead and really start paying attention. Don't listen to the media. Because I want to make this last point before we go. The media for the last 3 years have told us that the president was sharp as a tack, that there was nothing wrong with him. And then we sat up and watched during the debate, this dude malfunctioned. Not even Max Headroom malfunctioned like that. So for 3 years, they told us this dude, nothing was wrong with him. And we watched him, and we was like, even Trump said, I don't know what I don't understand what he's saying. I don't think he understood what he's saying. And the media, for them to lie like, and now they're acting like, oh, well, he's not fit to run. When we've been watching this man fall off of stuff for the last 3.5 years. So the media done literally lied to our faces for the last 3.5 years. Why should we trust the media now? Think about that, y'all. They literally lied in our faces. This ain't even about DT. This ain't about Republican or nothing. This is about the media, how they literally just lied blatantly in our faces. So we don't need to take information for them. We need to do our own research, do our own reading, and quit listening to the media. Look and research for ourselves. And I just wanted to leave with that. I didn't mean to rant and rumble, but I just think that was very important.
Yeah, I did too. I was just hoping that if that was a rumor going around, well, then you better, if Trump paid this to happen to himself, then he better hope whoever they paid, the money was worth it, because if you got killed, then all of it would have been for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Or let's say it worked out, but somebody in the bleachers got killed, then it was still all for nothing. So, you know, I don't know. To me, it's never a good situation to want to have somebody killed and you standing next to him, or you the one supposed to get shot and you hope that he hits you in the right place but don't kill you. Like, nah, I'm sorry.
It's like he whooped them in the debate. What did he have to stage anything for more votes? The debate spoke for itself. If you saw the debate, he didn't have to do anything for any votes, because y'all, those of y'all who ain't gonna vote for him wasn't gonna vote for him anyway. The people who are gonna vote for him was gonna vote for him anyway. And the people who are independent, they seen the debate. So the debate said everything you need to know. It did, so.
And the worst case scenario is those independents, those swing states or whatever, those people that's on the fence, does it matter who they vote for, or they get to the point where they just don't vote at all?
Because people already got their minds made up.
Yeah, that's why I'm arguing for.
Minds
yeah,
that
got their minds made up. Yeah. Yeah, you know, that's why I'm arguing for.
I will say this. We officially got the first black president, because that man been charged, found guilty on charges. You know what I'm saying? Been shot at. This dude that went through the multiple baby mamas. This dude done been through everything that we've been through. And more. Because I ain't been shot at. I didn't look down the barrel of a gun, but you know, or pew pew. But I ain't never been shot at. Ain't nobody attempting any assassination on my life. Hell, that's hood stuff.
But then again, Donald Trump is them pissed off the wrong person in politics, and they trying to kill him. Then he don't know who to trust, because it could have been somebody in his own party. It could have been somebody in the Republican Party trying to knock him out. Because there is a wing of the Republican Party that don't like him.
And you think about this, you know, Republicans are real as hell, because for gunshots to ring out and there be no stampede. And most people, that went over most people's head. Gunshots rang out and nobody took off running. They just ducked. When have you ever seen anything on the other side where the same thing happened and people didn't take off running?
I see it all the time. I didn't know the
Black
people
folks
that
would have scattered like roaches.
Right.
We would have scattered like roaches. Them folks that stood there and ducked and was looking, and I'm like, run! And they ain't run or nothing. I said, damn, that's real.
Right.
Them folks is real. You know you real. When gunshots ring out and you just ducking and looking, you ain't running or nothing. Not one person got stampede on.
Yep. True.
Let that been a whole bunch of us. It's been about 20 people got stepped on. Somebody would have had a shoe print right here, a high heel on the top of their head. It'd been bad.
Absolutely. But I think they will get down to the nitty gritty as the days go on. It's just when the truth comes out, what does Trump want to hear? Was it just somebody who was just crazy? Was it coming from the Democratic Party? Was it the wing of the Republican Party? Was it somebody else, another government agency? Like, that's the part that you want to know, because if you don't know where it came from, you're going to be walking on eggshells.
Yeah, because that dude had help. You know, I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
And for him to get, man, I got to send you some video. And you'll be like, damn. I mean, they seen him, the sniper that was up there seen him as plain as day and just didn't pull the shot. So there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. But we may get to talk about that some next week. I want to thank y'all for tuning in, man.
Thank y'all so much.
Before I go, I want to say, only thing guaranteed in life is death. So only worry about the things that you can control.
That's
life
right.
is short, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up in the things that you can't. Just handle the things you can control and just appreciate each day, because you just never know. Sky, did you have any last words?
Oh, no, that was good. Thank you, Naj. Thank you, Miranda G. I think those are the only people that commented today. Thanks to everybody who watched it. Hey, these Tuesdays are amazing, and so can't wait till next Tuesday.
Man, peace and love, y'all. We out. Till next time.
Till next time.